Today, we are going to talk about pricing, increasing, listing trend, and some of the investor strategy that you can have. Welcome back, everyone, to today market update. This is happening every Monday, and the purpose is to give you a very most recent update about the real estate market in Arizona. And especially at the end of each episode, I'm gonna give you some of the advice, some of the suggestion for investor, especially who are looking to buy or sell investment property in Arizona. But today, we realize a new trend happening as we speak is that the listing price is actually increasing. So we're going to explore some of the information about that, what is going on, and draw a conclusion about the current condition. With that, let's dive right into the information. Excuse me. All right. Number one that we can see as of now, we see that the average list price, as you see here, sorry, let me move this a little bit to this side. The average list price per square foot, the table in front of you is the average list price per square foot. And the purple one is represented 2024. This is only showing the 3 weeks data of 2024. However, as you see here, as of right now, the list price per square foot for 2024 is $378.30 per square foot. Okay, you can see that it's actually on a trend of increasing since the beginning of the year. Secondly, you see that compared to all other year, like all the previous 2 years, right, 2022 and 2023, we actually have a very high uh, uh, average price per square foot, even higher than the 2022. As you see here, the 2023 is actually the lower than 2022, right? And then 2024, now we have even a higher number. What if you compare to other years since 2019? We're going to see the same situation, right? Same situation that all the average list price is below the current average list price of the year. So what is this telling us right now? What it's telling us right now is actually, let me move this to over here. Let me change this a little bit. Sorry about that. So what we see is that the seller is actually, for some reason that we don't know, increase the average list price. It could be a couple combination of the situation. Number one, I think maybe the seller is hearing that the interest rate is dropping and more people are gonna come back to the market, and therefore they is a little bit more confident of the asking price. Or number two, they may find out that they may thinking that the seasoning of Arizona, which is about February and March, right, is the highest time, is the most activities time for Arizona market. And they know that for that reason, some of the buyers want to take advantage before it's going to the hot season, and therefore right now they increase the price. Who knows what could happen? Who knows what in the seller's mind, right? What we see, according to the data, is that they are a little bit overconfident about the asking price. Why do I say overconfidence? The reason why I say that is that let's look at a couple of data about the listing, the number of listing. Okay, this is the number of listing of 2024, measuring every day up to year to date, right? As of today, we have about 4,917 new listings since the beginning of 2024. How does that compare to other 2 years, 2023 and 2022? We see that in general, it has the same, it follow the same pattern that 2022 and 2023 has, which is increasing every year, every day, which makes sense, right? Now, the thing that we should not realize is that for the last 3 days, we actually have a little bit plateau on the increase of the new listing number right here, right? So it could potentially go below even the level of 2023. Okay, become the low level of 23. So not a lot of seller is putting the house on the market as we expected, okay, to prepare for the spring season. However, those that putting on the market is actually having an average asking price higher than any other years in the past. And when we look at the active listing price, that's actually causing the problem. Why? Look at this. Because even though there's not a lot of new listing putting on the market, we can see that the active listing is actually on the trend of surpass the level of 2023. It's already above the level of 2022, right? So the number of supply is already above the level of 2022, and it's had a strength that to go above the number of 2023. What does that mean? When the number of supply is actually increased, we actually gonna have a little bit pressure, down pressure on the price. Because when there's an abundance of selling of houses for sale on the market, the buyers has more option, and therefore they don't have to choose A, they don't have to choose B. They can look at C, D, they can take a longer time to look at that. Especially right now, if they feel that the price is above what it should be, right? Then they're gonna take even longer to make the decision on which property that they should take into account, that they should make an offer on. Okay, so for that reason, we have a suggestion for the investor buyers. Investor buyer, don't be discouraged by the high asking price, right? Rather, focus on the comps, the recent comps, the recent close comps, and by the way, take advantage of the high amount of supply. Well, when I say high, I have to be careful because it's not an abnormal high. But what I meant is that increased active number of listing, not active, the number of active houses. Okay, take advantage of that and do the comps analysis with your agents to find out whether the homeowner of this particular house is overconfident or they have the right asking price. Taking time is the number one key to win in today's market because you don't want to make an offer or you don't even want to close on a house at a too high asking. Okay, take time to do the analysis. Don't be discouraged of the high price and then you say, oh, forget it, the market is too high. I'm sure that for a reasonable seller, you will be able to negotiate the price even though the initial asking price is too high. For example, in one of the offer under contract property that I have with a buyer, I'm able to negotiate, go down to like more than 100,000 from the original asking price. So the seller also have to adjust, starting to adjust their expectation as well. Okay, that is for the investor buyer. For the investor seller and investor seller, what are you going to do? You have to be more realistic because here's the thing: the more seller putting the house on the market with an unreasonable asking, the more chance that you can buy, the higher chance that you can sell your house at a better price. Because if you create a diamond, if you create a home with a very reasonable price for that neighborhood, a lot of buyers gonna come and look at the house, and if the inside of the house is great, right? They're gonna start bidding and then increase fighting between each other and increase the price right now. Okay, that is my advice for the investor seller. Now, also, do not fall into the trap of overconfidence, okay, about the price. Okay, and you see that this active listing is asking for this, this is for that, really high, and you just blindly price your listing based on those active listing, then you're gonna may have the problem because they may be overconfident and you don't want to copy them. Rely on the close comps and relies on the more recent close comps, okay? So that you can find out what is the more appropriate asking price. And even if they ask too high, right? If you ask a little bit below, you create a competitive advantage for your listing. So those are my suggestions for the investor and the buyers. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I wish you have you have a successful investing journey. Thank you. Bye bye.